And we're back, folks. Aye. She be back with another absolute banger. Well, let's hope it's another absolute banger. Right, this is going to be a lovely wee quick video, because the kitchen's a proper tip and I need to tidy up. I'll just use a wee kind of swatch. Here's what we're dealing with now. We've got the freeway collar. Some old carrot, bit of spring onion there. Don't know what that is, curry leaves or something, bay leaves, who knows. We've got some excellent giant onions for my next onion ring menu. Something that will include onion rings. Might be a steak, who knows, you never know. But cracking big onions for making onion rings. You're saying to yourself, this guy likes Greggs. He's actually got a Greggs plastic bag. This guy's bought some serious Greggs shit in his life. And you'd be spot on. So, aye, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with pork belly, folks. We're going pork belly. Invest in pork belly, folks. Pork belly stocks are going through the roof. You bit of trading places banter there for these. That won't mean anything to basically anybody. But aye, bit of the old squeaky flairboard action. Lovely bit of pork belly. So we've got a wee bit of sticks. See, star anise. If you want to make anything Chinesey, I'll get that Chinesey vibe. Star anise is where you want to be. So we've got some star anise there. Cut of star anise. We've got a couple of really hot, tiny dried chilies. Really hot, but they shouldn't be too hot in this. A couple of nice cinnamon sticks. A couple of bay leaves, 2 or 3 bay leaves. A bit of ginger just sliced. A bit of garlic just crushed. Just peeled, crushed. I think I chopped the wee end bit off, that wee rooty, crusty bit. That's not getting involved. Got a bit of sugar. Don't think noodles are going to be involved. Sieve might be involved at some point. I don't think any of that. But look, I'm going to have to tidy up. Look at the state. Actual state. Oh look, new fryer, folks, new fryer. On the flare there, most folk keep their new fryer, so I'm going to have to ditch this. I made my onion rings on this last night, which was pretty groovy. It's actually quite a good sized pot, if you think about it, for making chips, pardon me, making chips and stuff. But aye, and it's brilliant on the wee bloody camping stove. Everybody invest in a camping stove. If you want to get any further in life, if you want to get any further in life, folks, get a camping stove, trust me. So we've got some giant onions, but they're not getting used tonight. So look, we've got trimmings and just all sorts. That's obviously going on the compost heap. Everybody's got a compost heap, come on, not just me. Right, I'll get back to these. I've already gibbered and gabbered for far too long. But aye, that's a lovely wee plate of spicy, just flavour. Look at that. Aye. Right, kitchen has been obliterated. Maybe not obliterated, it's been tidied up. Let's not get carried away. Right, here's what we're going to be using. Got a bit of sea salt there, so we're not going to be using salt in the actual pork dish. That's going to be getting used in something else. There's going to be Orries in this, so they're salty enough. So we've got black pepper, we've got a bit of Chinesey, natural spicy stuff. This is like basically Chinese five spice, only rough, and you grind it up. It's really good. Just a wee bit, couple of grinds of that will be in. That's for something else. Bit of light soy, bit of hoisin, that'll be in right at the end. Bit of dark soy, bit of apple cider vinegar, bit of old brown sugar, bit of spring onion action, and ginger, skin on, just roughly chopped, sliced even. Ginger, bit of garlic, not even chopped, just smooshed up with a knife a wee bit. Couple of star anise, couple of wee red hot chilies, and a dried red hot chilli, should I say, and a bit of cinnamon. Right, so let's get in amongst this. So what's happening in the new is, before we in what's happening in the new, folks, what's happening in the new is we're going to blanch our pork. Right, let's just use it a wee clean up, a wee tidy about. And we'll get you there here. Don't know if that's going to be perfect for you, but I'll just need to do it. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered looking at best angles and all that. It's not my thing. My thing's the cooking. I do the cooking. don't do any of this poncy fucking director shit. Alright, I'll leave it up to the other dudes. I'll leave it up to other dudes. But I still try and do my best for these, obviously. Obviously I want these getting at least an angle where these can bloody see, you know? That would be the point. So we've got the old heat on. And we're just going to give me a wee bit of water first. Just using this wee pot. This wee rubbishy pot here. Just give me a bit of water. Cold water. We'll get that on the heat. Right, that's on the heat. And I'm just going to bung in my pork. Remember, cold water. You don't want to be putting this into boiled water. That's just a wee tip for you. And we're going to bring this to the boil. Once it comes to a rolling boil, we're going to take it out. We may or may not keep some of the pork water. We may or may not, we'll see what happens. Just going to have a wee rinse and it will be properly cleaned, it will be properly cleaned. I'm just going to have a wee quick rinse and a lot of water, give you handy pandies, a wee clean right on there. See, everything's spotless. So I hope everybody's having a good drink. Everybody's thoroughly enjoying it. Over there up to. There's been loads of interesting stuff on the old YouTube, that's all I know. Lots of very interesting stuff. I'm just going to add a bit more water to this, folks. I'm going to actually add a little bit of water. Just cover it. Just cover it. We're talking coverage. And we're even going to stick a lid on it. And we're going to push it under. And we're going to stick a lid on. There we go. So there's all we're at so far. Right. Aye, let's bring these here to look at the spring onions. I love a bit of spring onion action. And these are wee swatch at that again. But aye, loads of very, very interesting stuff going on. Loads of really good stuff. Some absolutely shocking stuff. Yeah. We'll get the worsted out the road first. 2 tier toes. So you've not done anything all week, right? You've not made anything all week. And you're saying you're not going to be making, you don't even know when you're going to be making anything. For your future redo that, whatever you're up to. So, knowing that was all going to be happening, you came up with what you came up with for your last wee kind of flourish for a wee while. And all I'm going to say is, that was terrible. That was terrible. You know it right enough, I don't even need to tell you this. Everybody knows it. YouTube knows it, Backyard Chef knows it. And he makes fucking tortilla apple pies, for fuck's sake, and even he's having a fucking bubble bath at you. For fuck's sake. 2 seconds, folks. I'm hearing noises. Could be just the paranoia. Could be the paranoia kicking in. No, alright. So aye. All the best, 2 tier toes, whatever you're up to. As I say, when that inheritance money hits a bank account, you'll be fighting the birds off with a weird walk. Big flat walk, you'll be fighting them off. But aye, there's other more pressing kind of YouTube vloggerage type affairs going on. I'm just going to bring you there here a wee swatch, folks, just to have another wee look. We'll even get the flare a wee bit clean. No spotless. I'm never going to claim spotlessness, ever. Right, here's where we're at. Look, there's no salt in there or nothing. We're talking milky. So we're just leaving that now. Just leaving that now to do its thing. It's on full, don't worry about that. So aye, the pressing things that I've been watching on YouTube. I'm only going to say 2 words. Yule log. That's all I'm going to say for one of them. And I've laughed, I'm not going to lie, I think it was meant for a laugh right enough the video, but still, let's try and no buy box cakes, and let's try and if we buy a cake in a box, let's try and get it right. But one of the typical kind of boomer situations, and it made me laugh when he started blaming the instructions. Boomer, always, that's classic boomer behaviour. Blame the instructions, but then the next, just classic boomer behaviour that had me rolling about almost in tears, was when he said, I'm going to write him a letter. I'm going to write him a letter. So, Outback guy, keep us posted on how your letter went. Keep us posted. Who knows, it might send you a big bloody box of fucking Yule log fucking packs to get tore into. Like, where are we at so far, folks? We're still it's not even kind of simmer yet. So say when that comes to a rolling boil, it's getting turned off. It's not getting turned off, I'm lying. It's getting poured out. Might keep some of the port water, we'll see what happens. But it's getting poured out anyway. It's getting poured out anyway, and the pork will be getting its final flourish, if you know what I'm saying. Not being solid. But aye, let's get back to the crazy YouTuber, vlogger type scenarios that's been going down. So who knew? Who even knew that Gino fucking DeCampo, whatever his name is the main pizza guy you go to? I sure as hell didn't know. I didn't even know the guy was a universal pizza oven enthusiast. But now that I've found out that recipe, I'm 100% staying away from him. But aye, Gino DeCampo, fuck's sake, blast for the family. Like, Gino DeCampo, he's the type of guy you watch if you know about him if you watch fucking This Morning. If you like, what's that guy, Phil whatever his name is, that get chased out, cancelled. If you're fans of his kind of shenanigans, you're probably a Gino DeCampo fan. The best story I ever heard about Gino DeCampo was when he was young. He broke into Paul Young's house and stole his guitars. Aye. James Martin wouldn't be doing that. He'd be breaking into your house and making you a fucking top-notch croque monsieur or something. Know what I mean? Cleaning your windows, getting your motor a wax. That's a proper chef. Gino fucking DeCampo. Jesus Christ. But aye, it's even better. And the amazing, beautiful thing about what's been going down these past few days, I've actually gave a YouTuber vlogger the confidence to cut open one of your cakes. I've gave her the confidence to cut open one of her cakes, but to be honest, we all knew what that cake was going to look like, because that cake was made how a cake is made. Let's be honest. The cake we wanted to see inside was that hockey puck lemon thing that you made a while ago. That's the real thing we wanted to see inside. Soft right enough, don't get me wrong, it's 100% soft. Really soft. My favourite bit was when you touched it, but you weren't really touching it, you were just kind of going, aye, that's soft as anything. And then I liked the bit when you kind of let it go and it went on the worktop. That told me how soft it was. But aye, come on. If you can't have a laugh at your Gino DeCampo pizza and your naan bread, your van loaf, and your... I don't even know, I've gave up these. But I'm glad I gave you that confidence to finally open a cake. But as I say, nobody wanted to see inside that cake. Everybody knows what a good cake looks like and how you make a good cake. And that's how some folk knew that hockey puck one was a rock solid. You know what I mean? Crunching a bit of butter up against the inside of a bowl with a spoon. Come on hen, behave. But at least have a laugh about it. Me and two tear toes have been hysterical. Even Mr. Red had a laugh and he made a fucking Yule log in a box. Right, enough about all this, I've been gibbering too much. Right, what's happening? This pork belly boiling. Right, here we go, we're getting movement, folk. We're getting movement. Look at all the scum. So that's basically why you do this. You do this to remove all that, and then it's going to get rinsed under cold water. And then it's going to get dried. Right, so when I'm doing something, you'll see something getting done. Right, my pork belly has been blanched. It came to the boil, came to a rolling boil, I took it off the heat. Emptied the pot, filled the pot with cold water, and gave the pork a good rinse under the cold tap. And that just removes any wee bits of kind of scum. If you see any wee bits, just kind of brush them off. Any wee bits of kind of scrummy stuff. I might actually do a bit of kitchen paper. Any wee bits of scrummy stuff, get it wiped off, get it rinsed under the sink. Here's what our pork's at now, our pork belly. It's looking rather nice. I'm even going to like it, just stick that under the grill now for 5 minutes and stick it in a Morton's roll with some Gold Star brown sauce. But obviously we're not going to do that. Right, I'm going to bring these back here folks. And we're going to switch pans. I don't know if these are high enough. Can we get these higher? But I'll try and get these a bit higher folks. Will I put in the effort? Will I go the extra mile? Do you want to know what? I think I can manage. I think I can manage bringing these up a wee bit. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Is that a bit better? Right, so what we're going to do now is, pan's on low, right? I'm going to turn it up a wee bit. I'm going to get a wee bit of heat in there, just a wee bit. 2 seconds folks. Just a wee bit of heat. I'm actually overjoyed at how clean the kitchen is looking. So I've kept some of the pork butter. It's been strained, it's been sieved. So I've kept some, whether I use it, we'll see. We'll see. I do need to add water, so probably better adding that than just plain water. That's my logic. Right, a wee bit of oil folks. A wee bit of the old oil. Pardon me. About that much. I think about that much, maybe a wee bit more. That'll do. That'll do. We don't want to go bonkers with the oil. See when folk use tons of oil and stuff. Oh. Right. What utensil will I use? What do you reckon folks? Wooden spoon? Plasticky shovel thing? Plasticky spoon? Metal spoon? Old fashioned 1980s potato scoop. Probably no use whatsoever. Probably no use whatsoever for stirring things about. I think I'm going to go with this because it's quite kind of. I'm going to go with this folks. Right, so the oil's heating up there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get in with our sugar. Remember our light brown sugar? That's going in. Believe it or not. I'm not half of you out there can't believe what I'm doing here. We want this to melt. We want this to melt. So I'm going to turn it up another wee touch. And when we've got situations happening, you'll see me doing situations. Right, so that's where kind of syrup came together. See that's got, you can't really see a nice kind of amber colour, but it's a nice colour. A wee bit dark. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter folks, it's going to get darker anyway with all the soy sauce and all. So don't be worrying about that. So now we're going to get in with our pork. In with our pork folks. Got the old apron on because I knew there was going to be splashage happening. Don't want any bloody nastage going down with the old shot, you know what I mean? Right, that's what pork going in. So you can cut your pork obviously into wee cubes. You can cut your pork as wee or as big as you want it. I fancied having mine in kind of this kind of size. I fancied this kind of size. I thought, aye, that's a bit nice, that'll do me. Right, so what I'm going to do is give that a wee fry. I'm going to turn the heat up folks. Heat's going up. heats up full blast, right? Full blast, because we want to kind of get some colour on the pork. We want to get some colour, almost caramelised. Let's just say almost caramelised, right? Go to top up full. Come to temp in a wee sec and this will start. Things will start happening. We're also going to go in with I wonder if I can slide you down that way. Slide you down there like that. Nah, is that happening? I was going to make this in a pot, I'm not going to lie. But I quite like the idea of the pan with the lid on it. You can totally do this in the oven. Obviously. Could maybe even do it in the universal pizza oven, who knows? I'm sure we'll find. Maybe you never know. Could happen. Stranger things have happened in that universal pizza oven. Right, going to go in now with our ginger. And with our bits of ginger. Skin on folk, this is just aromatic, this is for aromatic reasons. This is just for aromatic reasons, no for... You're not going to be crunching on this when you're eating it. Get your ginger in there, right? And then in with our garlic. One. Don't worry if it breaks up in bits. I did crunch it, I don't mind the fat stays in, I don't mind a bit of garlic. Right, so that's for garlic then. And our ginger. I'm just going to get a wee move about. Like that. Ginger hit the syrup. Because basically what I've made there is a syrup, folk, let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. Right, I'm going to give that a wee minute. I'm going to start flipping it about a wee bit. So next time you see it, there'll be a wee bit of colour change, hopefully. Right, I've got a wee bit of colour on my pork. Don't want it too coloured, it's going to get severe colour with all the soy and whatever. And it's going to be braising for a good while, maybe a couple of hours. Right, so now we're going to go in with some light soy. In with some light soy. Hell of a lot of light soy, folks. Right. And we're going to go in with dark soy. We're going to make a lot of dark soy as well, folks. Right, in fact, we're using all that. That's that bottle finished. Right. I'm going to get a wee sugar. A wee sugar. Oops. Get a nice wee sugar about, folks. Try and let it all hit your apron and know your shirt that I've just done. And then with some apple cider vinegar, folks. A good glug. Maybe a couple of tablespoons of that. Just going to get a wee move about. Folks, get that a wee turn, that wee bit. I'm already enjoying the smell. Already. I could just serve this up with some rice or something right this very second. So I don't actually know what I'm going to serve it up with yet, folks. Right, what's going on now is our spring onion. In with a bit of spring onion, that's going to kind of melt down into our sauce. We're also going in with our star anise, 2 star anise, our wee chillies, our wee mini super hot chillies, but they're not going to do any severe damage. Bit of cinnamon and some bay leaves. Right, I'm going to get another wee sugar. And what we're going to do now is, folks, I'm going to use the pork juice. We're just going to top it up with pork juice. Cover it. Right. We're going to let that come to a boil. If we need to add more, we can add another wee splash. We're going to let that come to a boil. And then I'm going to turn it, I'm going to put the lid on it. And just let it gently simmer for a good... I'll get it at least an hour before I check it. I'll keep maybe giving the pan a wee sugar, just to make sure nothing's sticking. But nothing should stick, everything should be Pardon me, everything should be bloody lovely. And what happens is, once, get your bay leaves in there, once your pork's nearly done, depending on how much you want it done, if you want a bit of bite to it, it doesn't need as long, but if you want it softer, get a lot longer. If you want it like melt in the mouth, like pourable pork, get a lot longer. Get that wee cinnamon stick in the middle there. But I like a wee bit of bite, so I'll give this about an hour and a half, I think. But after about an hour, when it's not got long to go, you're going to want to take the lid off and turn the heat back up to full blast and let the sauce thicken, and that'll be absolutely gorgeous. So what's going to happen now is, I'm going to let it come back to the heat. I'm going to let the lid, stick the lid on it, turn the heat back down to a kind of low medium, let it simmer, and the next time you see me, even more stuff will have happened. Can't believe what I've done there. I forgot to go in with a wee bit of black pepper, if I can get the lid off. Oops. Wee bit of black pepper, folks. Black pepper. Black pepper. Just about, I'm going to say about a teaspoon, half a teaspoon. Just a good sprinkling of black pepper. That's plenty. And in with a grind or two of the old Chinese spices. This is pretty much like, what would you say, like Chinese five spice, only a thicker grind. But really, you can smell it, a really nice smell, really nice fragrance. That's plenty. That's plenty of that in, folks. Right, so it's going to come back up to temp. We've got a bit of steam so far. The lid's going to go on and it's going to get tunked back down and left for about, don't know what's happening here, folks. I'm bugger off. Yeah, he's go. Right, that's a bit too close, but all days. So I'll get back to these. Right, well, pork belly's been braising away for a good hour and a half, maybe just over. It's looking absolutely bloody gorgeous. What's there in there? Bay leaves with ginger, with garlic. Look at that, look at the lovely colour on that, absolutely gorgeous. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to give them another half an hour. I'm going to put the lid on and give them another half an hour. So they've just been bubbling away like this, just a nice wee gentle bubble. Bloop, 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 bloop. Just a nice wee gentle bubble away there. So I'm going to put the lid back on, I'm going to flip them here, put the lid back on, give them another half an hour, and when I come back, the next thing I'll be doing is, I'll be turning the heat up, probably flipping them again, adding some hoisin sauce, and getting that sauce reduced. I'll be getting that sauce reduced a hell of a lot. Look at it. Oh, the smell's banging. I'm not going to lie, the smell is absolutely bloody gorgeous. Lovely colour. Look at that. Oh. Right, aye. Right, so our pork bellies, I say our pork bellies, my pork bellies. Sorry about the squeaky flairboard. My pork bellies have been cooking away for another half an hour and they look absolutely bloody gorgeous. And they smell amazing. But now what's going to happen is, I'm going to get in with some hoisin. Right? I'm getting with some hoisin. Look at that. Just look at that. Right, there we go. Right, in with some hoisin, folks. A good few tablespoons. Right, look at that. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to flip all these there, using the old tongs. Get into the old tongs, you can't go around using the tongs. I'm going to turn the heat up I'm going to flip these there, give them a wee sugar about to get that hoisin dispersed among the sauce, and we're going to reduce this. I wish you could smell this, it smells absolutely amazing, just look at it. Just look at that, look at that. And only day I wish you could see this and smell it in real life. Being here right now with me in Sheep Unit's kitchen. Aye. But I wish you need to actually feel the texture of this. I've gave it a wee kind of gentle squeeze with the tongs and it's pretty much ready to break up. I don't want it to break up, but we're there. So aye, next time you see this absolutely gorgeous braised pork belly, it'll be looking even more amazing than it does the now. And I know you can't even believe that it's going to look even better than this, but it is. And I'm only going to say one more thing. Purple burglar alarm. Almost done it. Almost done it. Purple burglar. See, the reason that some folk can say purple burglar alarm really fast is because they don't say it right. They don't pronounce consonants and vowels and actual letters correctly. They say pupil bugilium. We're talking Swansea here. We're talking Swansea. We're talking Wales. We're talking Boyles for the valleys. We're talking Aled Jones. We're walking in there. We're talking mumbles. We're talking mumbles here. Anybody that knows mumbles, but aye, next time you see this stuff will have happened. Right, our sauce is reduced and our pork belly is looking absolutely bloody gorgeous. You can see it's already starting to break up. I didn't really want it to start breaking up, but these things happen. These things happen, folks. But look at that. So I've turned the heat off. That sauce is like tar. It's like, oh, tar's probably the right way to describe your sauce. Oh. But aye, next time you see me doing something, I'll be getting on with the sides. I've not decided what sides we're going with yet, but it'll be sides. But just look at that pork. Look at that. Can you see the fat? Look at the colour. Look, it's basically went gelatinous. It's basically went gelatinous. Look at that. Oh, pardon me. Look. 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 I see it's started to come apart, but it just couldn't be helped, folks. It could not be helped, but look at that. Look at the colour of that. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So as I say, next time you see me, I'll go on with some sides. Aye. Just look at that. I'm not even joking, that pork belly is absolutely to die for. If you think there's divine things out there and things that are absolutely delicious, said with the fakest delicious you've ever heard in your life, you need to try this pork I'm making. Absolutely banging. Right, what I've done, since I've last spoke to you, I've blanched up some carrots, just kind of sliced them in that kind of shape, blanched them up. I've chopped up some spring onion, so what I'm going to, I'll tell you what, I've chopped up some spring onion, I've chopped up some wee bits of green, the green spring onion really fine, probably for garnish. We've got some sesame seeds, we've got a wee stir anise there, we've got a wee bit of honey, I'm going to get some butter. I don't think we're going to be using any of this, probably not doing any salt because the, hold on folks, I'm just going to check something out, because probably the pork belly in the soy sauce, that lovely sauce with the soy and the hoisin and whatever, is going to be salty enough. So I won't need probably to add any salt, so I've just got some potatoes boiling. So what I'm going to be doing is, most times you see folk serving up this kind of thing with rice, sticky rice, is the main kind of go-to. I've noticed sticky rice, just boiled rice, fried rice, egg fried rice, you name it, even noodles. But see, when I seen this and smelt it and tasted it and thought, rice, nah, I'm going to serve it with champ. So I've no cream, I'm just going to be making champ with mashed potatoes, big chunky spring onion. It's going to be sweated down in butter, bit of pepper, bit of nutmeg, wee bit of milk, and that'll be going into the mash. And I'm going to try and make a really nice bit of champ, without the cream obviously. This is going to be getting honey roasted. I'm going to get it in a pea pan, wee bit of butter, let it saute a wee minute, get a bit of honey in, get a star of anise in, and that's it. Going to be absolutely bloody gorgeous. So you don't need to see me making mash, but you might see me making some of the mash. But look at the cat, absolutely gorgeous colour. Potatoes have been mashed. Wee tip for you folks, mash your potatoes on the stove, on the heat, turn the heat off and mash them on the stove. Dries them right out. Don't be listening to any of this, you need to bake your potatoes in the microwave first for half an hour, any of that nonsense that you hear off of the backyard chef. That guy's actually dying potatoes yellow with turmeric to make them look like chips these days. What a load of absolute garbage. Right, I'm going to get my carrots on, folks. No, in fact, no, I'm going to get my spring onions on for my champ. Aye. Right, wee bit of butter melted in the pan. As illustrated here, folks. Butter, pan, melting. It looks like quite a lot of butter, but obviously this is for mashed potatoes. But what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to sweat down my spring onion in here. I'm going to let it sweat down for a good wee while on a low heat, and that's going to go into my mash with some nutmeg, wee bit of white pepper, and a wee bit of milk, possibly. You don't even need milk though, that butter. Aye. Right, my spring onions are in the pan. They're actually too high. I'm going to turn that down even lower. I'm going to stick the lid on. I've bunged in a wee bit of garlic, by the way, just 1 clove of garlic. Look at that. Oh, that just looks lovely already. So bunged in a wee bit of garlic. I'm going to stick the lid on and just let them sweat down for a minute. What I did before I put the spring onions in, I stuck the carrots in the pan just to let them get covered in the melted butter. That's them get a wee kind of head start, you know what I mean? But absolutely gorgeous. The mash is mashed. That's mashed. So things are coming together. Right, my spring onions have been just absolutely lovely and sweating down on a lovely gentle heat. If you look at those, you'll see there's no colour, absolutely no colour on the spring onions or the garlic. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get in with, I've turned the heat up, I'm going to get in with a splash of milk. Nice bit of milk. Might need to add more, but I don't want to add too much to now. It's quite a wee bit of mashed potatoes there. So you want your mash moist, but you don't want it pourable. Some folk like their mash pourable. Right. I'm getting a wee bit of nutmeg. That's nutmeg, folks. Right, and a bit of nutmeg. And then with a bit of white pepper. That's plenty. Wee bit there. That's plenty. Right, and I'm just going to let that come to the heat. Then I'm going to add it to my mash. I'm going to put the mash on the heat. Just for a wee gentle bit of heat. And then I'm going to add this to that. And I'm going to get my carrots on in the same wee pan. Give that wee pan a wee clean. And then it'll be a case of dishing up, heating up a bit of sauce and a bit of the pork and dishing up and having a wee taste. And it looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Much better than an old garbage bit of apple in a wrap, trying to pass it off as a bloody apple pie. Backyard chef. Painting chips with turmeric and trying to pass them off as lovely golden fries, backyard chef. All sorts of shitty AI fucking thumbnails, backyard chef. I don't rate you, big chap. I don't rate you. The worst thing I've ever seen you do was that bechamel thing. Showing people how to make bechamel sauce with corn flour and milk. Know what I mean? If folk can't make a proper bechamel sauce with a bit of flour and a bit of butter, they shouldn't really be allowed in a kitchen. So, I don't know why you thought you would be teaching folk that. Absolutely shocking. And if that's what your restaurants were doing, God only knows. God only knows, backyard chef. But good news. A certain YouTuber /vlogger that's achieved the confidence to open one of your cakes up and give you a look at the inside. But as I say, we'll never get to see the inside of the actual hockey puck that we wanted to see the inside. But aye, the cake's a week old and it still looks fresher than that gift. The one that was a gift. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm sure our dad will love it. I'm sure Mr. Outback get tore into his Yule log. I'm sure Two Tier Toes enjoyed that thing he made. Oh, it's just mental. That's what Champ made. Look at that, lovely. Look at that. Look at the lovely texture. That. No gluey. No pourable. Can't pour that. I'm not going to lie, I went overboard with the butter, folks. Added extra butter. Can't lie. So I'm going to go with the carrots. Right, our carrots have went into the pan with a wee bit extra butter and a star of anise. What will be happening? My aim is I'll give them a wee second. They were on low. Got the stove on low. Give them a wee minute and I'm going to get in with some honey and a wee bit of demerara sugar. I'm going to give them another wee minute in the pan, a wee toss about, get them coated up, and then I'm just going to bung them in the oven. Look at the mash, look at that champ. Oh, look at that champ. Purple burglar alarm, purple burglar alarm, purple burglar alarm, purple burglar alarm, purple burglar alarm. There you go. Peter Bugaloom. So I'm going to get the lid on them, folks, and give them a wee toss about. It's the best way to get them coated. A wee toss about with the lid on. Aye, things are coming together. Got a wee bit of chopped up green stuff there. Bit of a mess there. Aye. Carrots are looking good, folks. Carrots are coming along lovely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get in with some honey. It's that simple. You can do anything, you can get in with bloody orange juice and all sorts with these, by the way, in with orange, bits of orange peel, do what you want. This is what I'm doing. That's the last of a big tiny bit of honey. These wee jars actually last quite long, especially when you don't use much honey. That's forever. Right, what else am I getting? I'm getting me a wee sprinkling of soft brown sugar, folks. And mainly because there wasn't much honey. That's going to add a lovely wee bit of sweetness as well. See when that mingles with that star anise. Oh. And the butter, oh. And the carrot flavour. Oh. That's plenty, folks. Plenty. That is plenty. So I'm going to stick the lid on that, get a wee shake about and then bung it in the oven. That's where our carrots are at. That's where our carrots are at the now. We're getting a lovely syrup. See that lovely syrup we're getting? See the flavour for that syrup now with that star anise in there. So I've just been basting them, constantly basting them with the hot syrup. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take them off the heat and get them in the oven. Aye. Just heating up some of the pork belly. Look at that. Look at that. Get my carrots in the oven. But that is looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So next up will be plate up. and taste at last. Right, that's me plated up, and that actually looks like something out of a restaurant, if I don't mind saying so myself. So that's my absolutely perfectly braised pork belly. Look at that sauce. And I've served it up, no with rice, no with sticky rice, no with boiled rice, no with fried rice, no with noodles. I've served it up with what I thought it was perfect for. Some banging champ, absolutely beautiful champ, spring onion mash, plenty of butter, plenty of milk, plenty of nutmeg, plenty of salt, plenty of pepper, honey roast carrots, star anise, wee bit of sesame obviously for garnish, wee bit of finely chopped spring onion for garnish. How good does that look? Right, you're going to actually want to see me kind of see how tender that pork is, folks. I think that's what you're going to want to see. Let's get in amongst it. But it smells absolutely gorgeous, folks. I'm just tasting a bit of the sauce out the pan now. Right. Look at that. You can see that? It's just falling apart, look. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, bit of mash. Bit of mash with that, folks, bit of the sauce. Actually want a bit of that carrot looks bloody gorgeous. Right, in the mush. Oh dear God. Folks, that is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and the carrots are just cooked to perfection. Look at the carrots. Look at that. Come on. Just look at that. Am I the only one seeing this? Look at that. That pork is absolutely perfect, folks. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. Cutting it with a spoon here. Cutting with a spoon. Right. You've seen me taste it. You've seen how bloody gorgeous it looks plated up. I'm going to go away and enjoy it, folks. Just look at that. Look at the colour of that pork. Excuse me for talking with my mouth full. Look at the carrots. Folks, this could be my all-time greatest. Hope you hang around for more bangers. Might even make a cake soon. Who knows? Aye.